place I've ever been.
Hello guys, welcome back to another lovely trading recap. This one's going to be actually quite long, so if you just want to see the day trading one, it'll be quite quick because you can see we barely did many trades today, so they'll be quick to get through. But I closed out a ton of my swing positions today, so I'll be going through each of those if you also care about that. But I'll be going through the day trades first if that's all you care about. So firstly, Tesla. As I said, if you're on my Instagram, I had a post out this morning saying most likely we were going to see a fall and it would allow for some trades. The reason for the fall was because Tesla reported, or authorities announced that there was an issue or a crash where 2 people died from a Tesla driving. They weren't in the driver's seat, or they just weren't driving. It was like on auto drive. So that kind of headline will affect the stock price, even though compared to actual human driving, it's, you know, nowhere near compared. But people will be like, oh, that's robots killing people or something like that. So people just get a bit of fear coming into Tesla. So I knew there would definitely be a sell-off today. So I was looking for some long positions, and that's what I ended up doing. The first one, I actually got in very early. I don't know why. I thought we would get an instant bounce, but it didn't pay off not to be patient. Otherwise today would have been a very big green day. So you can see we actually traded a contract today, which I don't usually do, but I kind of wanted to leverage my size, for the main reason being I was quite confident in the move today with Tesla. So firstly you'll see at 9:39 I went long, which was here. The reason for this is we were coming into, I think, this first band deviation, which wasn't a smart idea. I knew we were probably going to fall into the second or third deviation, which did end up happening. This turn here ended up being on this green deviation, and that's why I didn't lock in any losses, because I was waiting for it to come out to this green deviation. If we didn't break through, if we broke through, then I would take losses and just get out of the position. However, if we bounced off this, we would most likely see a reversal for the day. That's ended up what's happening here. Again, if you were watching it with deviations, you would have seen this was the third deviation down here. So I went long, and so I kind of had to hold through basically the whole drop, which wasn't ideal, but that's why I ended up buying shares. But Tesla being such an expensive stock, I couldn't even buy that many. I think I could go in with like 20-30 shares, but I was just looking at 10 because obviously we don't want to be too heavy in one position. So I went with 10 a bit later. We sold that for a profit, and then we again sold some more. I bought some more shares and went long on those. So the shares we actually did really well in, even though we were only buying 10 to 15 shares, we ended up making $200, which is pretty good, especially of such a small lot size. But the contract, again, we didn't end up making money until it came back around like $711. But if we actually bought where we should have, like my plan is to buy at the third deviation, if I'm trading the 1 day 1 minute, our profit would have been absolutely amazing riding most of this move. And we probably would have been up, you know, $500, $600, $700 today. But it's part of the game. So yeah, Tesla, great trade today. Kind of happy with the move. It did end up slowing down coming into here, but that was kind of to be expected. It's an instant news hit. A lot of long-term investors will be buying up because they would know that this kind of drop was happening. So a lot of long-term investors, or even swing traders, are just getting in for this kind of move. I did actually also trade this on my swing trading account. I'll put the trade on screen now. Not going to include this on my day trading P&L though, because it is on the swing trading account. Now we'll go on to RCON. So you can actually see we're actually still in this trade. We will most likely get out with money. I don't mind swinging this because we are at a relatively strong resistance. I don't really see us breaking much past this area, so I got some orders out to get out with a profit, or I'll just swing trade it. It's a relatively small size, so even if it does go against us, it's not really going to cause any damage, or should I say. So you can see we just picked up momentum, nothing too crazy. So shorted at the $8 resistance, expecting we weren't going to break through, and we did bounce back and I claimed some profit. Then we tested it again thinking we would claim back and this time make a lower low, and we didn't, so I didn't really lock anything in. This is where my averaging point was. We just didn't get a fill, which was quite annoying. and then it kind of just consolidated, which was a bit annoying. It didn't either push higher or lower, so we could either average in or lower to lock in profits. So yeah, right now we're kind of just waiting for it to really do something. If it doesn't really move after hours, again, I said we'll just hold the 350 shares over to tomorrow, and either we'll start the day up a bit green or a bit red. Either way, it won't make a massive difference, so we'll just say we're up around $250 on the day. Now I'll be going over my swing trades and what I've locked out. So if you don't care about the swing trades, that's it for the recap, and thanks for watching. So jpmorgan, you would see today that they're doing a super league, or they funded it. It's around $4 billion for this. Don't know where the exact price is, but it was around $4 billion to do like a super league. However, a lot of the fans, I don't personally watch football, so I didn't know people would be against it, but a lot of the fans are against this, so I think this is why the stock is very choppy today, because they've had good earnings. Them getting into kind of like a different business venture is probably a good thing. However, a lot of fans and just people don't really know how this soccer league kind of thing or football league will go down, so it's just kind of chop. And you would have seen on my Instagram I sold a contract. Let me get the exact thing up. I have it on my phone so I can see it now. So yeah, I sold a September 21st, no, 17th of September 2021 contract on this, 17th, and it was just a what was it, a $145 strike price put. Sold it for $700, bought it back for, I think, 600, wait, let me see, yeah, today, bought it back for $635, so we ended up making around $65 on that trade. It was a swing trade. We only held it for maybe 3 or so days. Main reason I kind of covered that is I don't think JPMorgan will drop below that price, but if it does, I don't really want to have that much capital into one stock on the swing account. So that was it. On PLBY, we're actually still in this trade, but it's still going what we're looking for. You can see we shorted literally the top of this move, which was pretty great. We are now coming into a tiny bit of resistance at both the 50 EMA and the 9 on both of these charts. So I think tomorrow I'm going to buy back half of my size. So I'm only in with 2 contracts. Going to buy back half of them, or just one, just to kind of reduce risk, and then if it does end up going back, we can stop at break even. Otherwise, I think we will fade further down, but we're up right now $630 on that position. Visa, we fully closed out of this position. As you remember back here on this pullback, we have that 6% or 7% pullback in one day. So implied volatility was high. I sold cash secure put. I knew it probably would most likely not fall down any further, and if it did, I would be happy to own the stock. They were a year's expiry. I think they expired, let me quickly check, they expired in 18th of June, so actually about 2-3 months out. But this position was up $1,000, $183, so we closed out of that. Because we are now at the next deviation band, so we could be seeing a pullback. So if I'm selling here, I'm most likely getting out at a relatively great price, and I'm happy with the profit, up $1,000. I think max risk on the trade was around 1,500, so might as well lock in my profits. I only had 1 contract, so I couldn't really scale out of the trade. Last one I'm going to be going over is CS, which is Credit Suisse. So you would have known I sold cash secure puts back around here. And again, this is as soon as the news hit that they got hit quite hard in the hedge fund margin call as a fault. So implied volatility was high, so I sold 8 cash secure puts at the $10 strike. Ended up covering 3 contracts today, making and we made 45%, so I think we would have made around $100 on those 3 contracts. We're still holding the rest of the position. The reason we actually made money, even though the price is actually lower than when we bought them, was because implied volatility was high here. It slowed down now, so contract premiums are going back to more of a normal price, and that's why I always sell around news times, because even then, if the price goes against you, you can still make money. So that's how I like to trade those. Still holding 5 contracts. We'll hold these maybe to expiry. They don't expire until the 18th of June. So I could be looking to hold them today. I mean, the contracts should go down. They went down around $50 today. Well, that's with all my contracts. But I think overall they will expire worthless. And if it does fall down to $10, remember, I break even. I break even if it's anywhere above this price. I break even or make money if it's above $9.40. I don't think it's really going to be falling this far, so I'm quite happy to hold the rest of these to expiry. The only reason I did that is to lock in some profit, so even if I do get filled on these contracts, you know, it could fall down to $9 and I'm still near enough break even. So if I don't really want to keep the capital in Credit Suisse and I did get filled, I could just sell them at a small loss, and overall I actually ended up making money. So that's what I'm looking at. Again, RCON, still haven't actually got filled out of my trade. I'll be breaking out of this trade if I can at around $8, take a small loss, but I mean on the day then we would be up. This position would close green, but again we may be swinging this. So on my Instagram I'll just put a $250 green day. But yeah, it may correspond to tomorrow. If it does, you'll see it in tomorrow's recap. And if this does end up getting closed today, you'll see that on my Instagram. I just don't want to do the recap super late, waiting for this position to either close or after hours to close. So you'll just see then. So hope you liked the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Drop a like, subscribe, and if you got any comments, let me know. And that's it. Peace.